166 individuals, 169, who have now been reported to have lost their lives, and that includes 60 adults and 6 children. And also, let me also clarify very clearly, so that it is very clear, the Maimahio clarification on how many Kenyans may have lost their lives is ongoing, so the number is not final, but the official number now that we have is 45. But this is may bound to change based on what we continue, I mean, whatever is happening at the hospital. And we pray that nobody else loses their life. So that is it. It's 169 officially, because we have 66 new cases today, including 45 confirmed in Maimahio, and the rest are in various regions. For example, if you allow me, Tharaka-Nithi has lost 1 individual. We also have a new tally from Tana River of 4. All of the way, like we have another 3 from Moranga. Today we have 2 from Sindo in Suba South. So all of that now is coming to 169. Yes. Trevor, to be very honest, nobody can say one can be fully prepared for any form of disaster. And government has always been doing its best, but let's also accept one thing, and this is not about shifting blame, this is a reality. We always have rains between March, April, and May. We always do have rains, my fellow Kenyans. But then they are now above normal because of the fact that, ladies and gentlemen, of climate change. This flooding is because now we are getting more than normal rainfall. And we've come from dealing with the El Nino rainfall. That also is a big, big issue. To the extent that then we had to deal with that. It was an emergency. It wreaked havoc across the country. But now this one has come. Of course, there was warning. But then, of course, we couldn't quite anticipate that. And you see, most of these deaths and also destruction is because people have built in riparian areas, for example. So if you look at some of the areas affected, they are basically, waterways. Even when you look at Maimahio, it's actually a water gully, that had accumulated too much water, and then, of course, it had the effect of a dam, so that it went downstream. So, and it's human-made. So you can see that. If you look at even some of the blockages, they are actually from the way ourselves. So we need just to take serious actions as Kenyans, so that then we are able also not just to wait for disaster. And just proper urban planning, is very critical, going forward, and also these key infrastructural, issues to do with like water, harvesting, facilities and what have you. So basically, that is it. But we are there, and it's good to tell you we are actually on it. We've had several meetings. That is why, I'm not in Nairobi. I'm in the coastal region, deployed here to ensure that we take charge here. This morning, I have had a meeting with the county government, with the Red Cross here, with the regional commissioner and the people, the DCC, the Tana River Reports and Water View. You saw the deputy president in Maimahio, together with the CS Malonza and PS Kelo Harsama. We're expecting many senior government officials, including, you've seen even the First Lady and the spouse to the Deputy President, all of them going out to help where they can, and you'll be seeing more action, in that regard. Yes, I am saying yes, there was, but remember also we just come from dealing with the El Nino crisis, my brother. Now this is another issue as well. Yes, of course, and I also told you that you cannot be 100% prepared, but we are doing something. We are there. We believe in our professionals, and also I would want to really also take this opportunity, to call upon members of Parliament to fast-track the passage of the Disaster Risk Reduction Bill which has been pending, so that we galvanize this whole issue of disaster management properly and anchor it into law, so that also, Trevor, we also have professional disaster professionals, joining government, so that then we are more adaptive to this, because we just need to professionalize the whole aspect of disaster management. And despite that, we are actually on it, because we have actually deployed the military. The head of the command center at the national level is Major Koimo, my son. We have, the police also very much engaged, the NYS, all of the apparatus of government. We have actually a public health operation center at KNH that is on standby. We are ready. We have already started distributing food to the 32 affected counties. We are having actually a 2-month program, rollout program, that has already commenced. But we are prioritizing places like Muranga, in Badioya, in Nyandarua, in Sindo, in Migori, in Tana River, all of the way in Garissa, because we have mapped out where there are challenges, going forward. Initially, there were 23 counties affected, then they came to 40, it's all over, but the most dire are actually 32. So we are on top of it. We have limited resources. Let me say this, Trevor, because the emergency resources that we had were actually used a lot during El Nino, and that is a reality. But then we are working around how to reallocate resources from previous budgets, so that we are able now to have this contingency fund replenished for this work. So already we have already discussed on how to share the resources. The requests that have come are way beyond what we have as a country, but we will manage, because we have rationalized, so that we start with the most needy areas, going forward as we try to also improve on. There are government procedures to be followed, and there is also the procedures that are followed during emergency, Trevor. The money is already there and is available, yes. Yeah.